Hey guys, this is Sean from Automotive, and today we have a 1974 Volkswagen Super Beetle. So the Volkswagen Super Beetle has 60 horsepower, it goes 0 to 60 in 18.5 seconds, and it has a top speed of 83 miles per hour. Kind of slow for today's standards, but back then it was acceptable in Germany. When you come to the front end, you got like the Herbie fully loaded vibe going on here. You got the big round headlights. These hazard lights look really, really bizarre to today's standards. And then the bumper is not like really part of the car, it's like a complete separate piece of metal, if that makes sense. With, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So on the front of the Volkswagen Beetle, you have the completely like separated from the body bumpers, because they have shock absorbers right here that connected to the body, which is what was mandated by the US government. You have the two really, really big, iconic Volkswagen Herbie fully loaded looking headlights. You have really, really weird hazard lights to today's standards. They're humongous. And then you got the front of the Volkswagen Beetle, which you open like this. And there's your gas tank, and you basically have no room for groceries or anything. And I imagine that gets hot when you drive, so if you were to put plastic bags or something down there, I wonder if that's a fire hazard. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now if you want to come to the inside with me. On the inside of this Volkswagen Beetle, it is black on the outside, red on the inside, and white on the roof. So it really contrasts with each other pretty well, even though it's three different colors. On the inside of the Volkswagen Beetle, you have these really weird, like, you know, I don't even know what the heck they call this kind of design on the seat that is pretty much on every car back then. You have the really, really cheap feeling stick shift that has no numbers written on the stick shift at all. You have your heat and defroster right here. You have your e-brake down here. And then on the front, you have a VDO gauge, which is pretty common for back then, but it's kind of cool because they're a music company. And then the thing that's really confusing to me is, instead of having the numbers on the stick shift, you have a little box that shows you the layout of the stick shift right here in front of me, which I could B-roll of. And all the numbers are diagonal, so it makes no sense because they're straight up and down, but on this thing, it really looks like first gear's here, second gear's here, third gear's here, fourth gear's here, but that's not really what it is at all. So it's kind of interesting. When you turn on your blinkers, you both sides light up on the dash, which is really weird. It's not just the side you're doing, but both sides light up like it's just one single light. There's no power windows in this car because, you know, back then they didn't have power windows, so you got your crank, and then you also got the thing where you can remove this and pop this open. And besides that, I mean, that's pretty much the interior. The white roof looks really nice, and these red seats look nicer. On the back of the Volkswagen Beetle, you have another completely like detached bumper that is just held by two prongs pretty much. You got the iconic Volkswagen Beetle taillights. You got the, really, I don't know why they put it there of all places, Volkswagen badging. And then you have the engine, which is the size of a go-kart engine pretty much. Sounds like a lawnmower and smells like death. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't feel as safe as I did when I was in the Nash.
The shadow of the Nash weighs what this car does.
Shadow of the Nash.
You notice when you have your signal on, the arrows light up both ways.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't be bothered with two bulbs.
Fine, Sean, I'll move over.
Sorry.
I'm looking at you.
It's
it's
very confusing. I don't know this car.
I'll tell you how magic.
Oh, third gear. It does exist. It's getting really hot in here. Straight?
Yeah, you can go left here.
These brakes were definitely an experience.
Yeah.
Disc brakes, I think, became available in 75 or so. But yeah.
I mean, it's a cool car to drive, but with that and the clunkiness of the stick shift, it's different.
It's just weird.
It is weird. I don't really like talking negatively about cars, but it is it's weird. Tell me a fun fact about this, Travis.
There are no fun facts.
That's just facts and depressing.
Oh my gosh. That's your quote of the day right there. There are no fun facts about this car.
The fun fact is there is no fun facts.
Well, you just got to remember what it is and what it was used for.
That's me flooring it.
It's not a Porsche, obviously, even though they had the same designer.
It's like his redheaded stepson.
Well, compared to the Porsche, yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know, you're driving a 50-year-old cheap car, and you kind of don't be surprised that it drives like a cheap car. That's what they were. Basic transportation, probably the cheapest car in America at the time. Oh wow, they got huge fuel economy. They got over 20 miles to the gallon, which everything gets 20 miles to the gallon now. 20 miles to the gallon is now considered bad fuel mileage.
See, I legitimately don't think I could get in front of this guy and accelerate quick enough. That's how slow this car is.
I wouldn't, that's for sure.
And these seats feel like a blown out mattress.
I was just going to say, how does it feel, Sean?
Oh yeah, there's no mirrors. There's two.
Mirrors cost money. You haven't tried the horn. I made sure the horn. I didn't want to disappoint you on this one.
You put the bongo in front of those people.
Oh! Sounds like a door screeching that needs WD-40 baking to die.
Sounds like an episode of Popeye at the beginning.
That is the section over here. That's flooring it.
You get you some bell bottoms.
Yeah. My post-driving thoughts on this car is it feels very cheaply made, which is a given. It's also 50 years old. It's not that fast. The go-kart has more giddy up than this thing does, but it's a very unique driving experience. It feels cheap but reliable, if that makes sense. The stick shift thing really confused me at the start, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite honestly one of the simplest stick shifts I've ever driven in my life. That little badge plaque thing does no good whatsoever because it's not accurate at all. It's straight up and down, not diagonal. But yeah, it was a pretty cool car. Grateful for the experience, and yeah, that's my post-driving thoughts on it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us here on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Special thanks to Travis for letting us do another one of the cars he has connections to. And yeah, we're back, and we're posting every Sunday from this week moving forward. And yeah, it's good to be back. See you soon.